Hello. Welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration. Yeah, hello in general. I guess I can say Happy New Year's, even though it's been a few days. Or Happy New Year, singular, it's not a plural. Yes. Hello. I don't know these, I do not. This is short on concrete and that. Yeah, and I have to... Whenever I fill in the year on anything, I have to remember that it's not 2025. A classic issue. I think the classic issue was checks, and I don't write checks. I've spent time making a character because it was fun, but, like, it exists in this sort of context, but I'm not happy with it. Instead of just a book, I figure something else would be better. My artistic skills are lacking. I'm not good at art, but it was a fun time doing all that. Yeah, like, I could do this real quick. If I do this, there's clear issues with it. Like, the mouth is weird, but maybe they're not noticeable if you're not the person that knowingly made it poorly. But I leave it for now because... Oop, don't get it by train. Because I don't know, the visual... I don't know if it's pleasant, but I think having that as a representative icon instead of a poorly drawn book. Not necessary. Well, so maybe? I don't know. I think it's fun because it can convey emotion and stuff. But I want to make it better before I do it. Before I use that more. I don't know what specifically I want to fix, but it's actually a really fun, well, fun to me, process putting it all together, because the fundamentals behind the technology are not, they don't seem super complicated, because it's all like triangles and it moves between set locations, but it's kind of, it's a good time actually piecing it together. It's easier than trying to learn, like, Blender. Though, I don't know. I knew somebody when I was in 7th grade that used Blender a bunch, so I don't actually know if Blender is super difficult. Okay, I need to scale up that before I can do more progress. Speed upgrades of my inventory. Nope, don't get my train. It's... is it crafting tier 3s? It is. Why is this? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Put half and half. Well, not fast enough, but better. It is meant... yeah, it's basically meant to represent me. It doesn't really look like me. Because a lot of... I'll leave it on for now. A lot of the specific stuff... about it... I also think I should try to find if I can mirror it. A lot of the specific stuff about it stems from the fact that I'm not good at drawing. Like, the only functional hair that I could make look not terrible was this. Oh, that actually looks way worse mirrored. I don't... It's just uncanny to me. I thought it would be better, but no. Okay. Like... But yes, it's meant to represent me. There's no fictionalized lore because I'm not good at lore. Hello! I'll leave it there for now. Because it's a topic. Yes, how are you and Happy New Year? Happy New Year and how are you is probably a better way to speak. I need more... Many more of these. This line can be shifted easily. Yeah, I mean, that's another... The reason the character looks kind of tiny is because I'm... Anything realistic would be difficult, because I'm not good at art. But it was a decision influenced by that limitation, which is... I don't know, I enjoy that as well. It's like, oh, I can't do this, so work around limitations. Yeah. Oh, I mean, this took... I probably started piecing it together mid to late summer. Like, it was a lot of repetition, which, I mean, that's, I think, kind of all it is. I've come to learn, accept. You kind of just have... I just had to keep repeating and being like, okay, this is how to improve this. Oh, no. No, no, no. It is a pretty big factory, but there's a lot left to expand. What I want to do is scale up big electric motors because they are currently a limiting factor. The easiest way to do this without hindering my current production is to just spaghetti this over here. And then I can split this, pull it over, figure out what to do there. That's not where I wanted to split that. I need this to go here. I have to split this. I'm trying to spaghetti this because I just want it to function as is. And I think this will work. My spaghetti monstrosity. Oop. Actual. It's always in the weirdest of spots. Superior planet. Oh, hello. Do I have a gun? Yes, I do. I don't know where these guys came from. These guys have a lot of HP. And I'm using bad bullets. I guess I should look more into where they could be. I thought I'd checked it again. Did they somehow... Did these guys aggro? Despite not being part of a nest. That must be what happened. I thought they dispersed after a time, but I guess not. need to deal with this. Nope. There. That. Oh, there's a nest there somehow. I'm really surprised by that one. Just focus on this for a minute. Yeah, it should be fine now. I don't know how that nest got there. Could they somehow... I should just blow this up, I guess. That's fine. It's gonna be loud, but we'll go back to that. Yeah. Hello, and everything's going well. Ah! I have artillery that can bombard stuff. The true weapons... Oh wait, I don't know what the research is for an atomic or nuclear bomb. Okay, I can get an atomic bomb kind of soon if I want to. Yeah, I would agree on PNG. I haven't actually used it. Honestly, I mostly built is not really the right word, put it together because the process of putting it together was pretty fun. It's kind of interesting software. I got distracted by the destruction. I wanted to blow stuff up. Okay. Those... Do I want those there? No, because those never get filled in. Okay. Let's just do this real quick. To let this just populate how it chooses to populate. Well, I think... I agree because the term is just virtual. It's whatever. But PNG feels... accurate. Due to the pictures quality. But I guess PNG might just be a still image in this context, which just isn't. But it can be a still image if I don't move. Oh, I've increased fire rate. That's why they shoot so quickly. Do they waste ammo? Or are they smart enough? I would have thought that would be enough ammo to wipe out the whole nest. I assume they're smart enough to predict the explosions. Okay, well, I could make it a still image. I won't, but... I think to me that makes less sense, personally, just because then it just takes up real estate without conveying anything. Which is just personal taste. How am I gonna do this? Turn those down, turn that up. Probably turn up the liquid above. I guess split both. About... What is the craft speed? Fairly slow. Only needs a fraction of these per second. I don't have a planned output. I probably... Forgot order of operations. This is not going to scale properly. Can I do this here? Okay, good. That is not symmetrical. This is not the right design choice. It's simpler for now. Because I think I was focused on this for a bit. Looking back. Because I think the whole... Because my understanding of the common, like, live 2D type function... Because this is entirely a two-dimensional... It's a two-dimensional image that is set up so that when it moves, it is forcibly warped in a way that simulates, sort of, 3D elements. Like, I don't know if I can highlight it in any way. Like, stuff moves to pretend that it's 3D, which is, I think it's the most frequent form, but then there's people who use... I think people use VR chat? I don't know. I don't follow that much. Actually, I don't follow that specific stuff at all. Okay. So these should be crafting much faster now. Well, 3 to 7. It's almost double. It's an interesting element. Feel this... Oh, I guess I should turn this downwards a bit. I could run it down there. But then I fill up the core seam even more. Is it going smoothly? I think it is. This is still fine. Copper, stone, coal. Coal is spotty, but it works. Copper, iron, stone, all that is getting used. Pyroflux. I keep calling it pyroflux. Is it actually pyroflux? It is pyroflux, not pyrolyze. I keep mixing the two. It is a model, but the base function behind the base way that, like, I believe they're called, it would be called a model, but the way it starts as a 2D image, and then the common software live 2D cubism that has a free, you can use it for free, which is what I did for this, with limited uses. You work with keyforms like right, left, up, down, corners, and then like how open mouths are and smiles and all this stuff, to move the 2D images, which are in different layers. It's not a single layered image, because that would be impossible. To have it move, where I think any sort of like 3D thing, I believe it's a 3D model that has all of the details, where if you turned it 360 degrees, everything would exist. Where this, the back of the head, doesn't exist. There's no image for that exists. So it's kind of a software art thing designed to fake that sense of the third dimension, I think. Based on results. Why are there... I don't know why there were construction bots in there. I know why the rest of the stuff's here, but construction bots is confusing. Okay, I was doing all that because of centrifuges. Centrifuges are still moving slowly, but they're moving. So I can start designing what I need to send to the other planet to work. I was distracted about the mention of Exolander, but it is a good planet and it is useful. Except, no, it's not even the best iridite planet I have. This Ismene planet is crazy. Wait, the moon. I mean, vulcanite might be worth it, though. I could see the difficulty. Because what? Because I haven't done it yet. But like the whole looping... Vulc being the vulcanite, which is a resource from various planets. Which is what I'm kind of working towards. Traveling to a planet to work on. I wonder if it'd be worth going to one of these other planets instead. It wouldn't change the fundamental goal, but I probably do need a lot of vulcanite for the research, so these 80, 70, 76 is not good enough. But for iron, this might be a usable planet, alongside the iridite and uranium. How are you producing power with the direct vulcanite crushing? Or are you trying to do another form from, like, nuclear or something? I need to look to see if I can get... Yeah, I have enough iron and enough uranium to do nuclear power, because I have... Actually, yes. This is mostly unrelated, but I was checking something very briefly. It's like vulcanite couldn't be on planets with water until a certain version of space exploration, which is good to be playing later than that for simplicity reasons. I am kind of sad that I won't need to deal with that right away, but I could force myself to, but I don't think I would enjoy it. Okay. Stuff to launch. I want to send nuclear. To send nuclear stuff, I need to just pick it up myself because I'm not gonna think further than that. Probably don't need more than 4 reactors. Reactors, tanks, and turbines. I forgot something else. Oh, well, I don't know. Just grab all the turbines. You were thinking of things that cuttlefish could sort of become. Which, cuttlefish are such a funny species, group of animals. Because they're so... they really feel like off-brand octopuses. It's about octopi not being the correct plural. I can't remember whether it's actually not the correct plural or if it's some regional specific. Yeah, it's... I need to focus myself for just a moment to remember what I was trying to grab, which was tanks. Because I was stuck on cuttle pens. The only thing I'm picturing is like the type of thing you would buy in a gift shop, of like a pen stylized with like a cuttlefish. I can't piece together the merge. Okay. I feel like I should be able to piece together where the word came from. Okay. So it's just the shape, not... Oh, what's the... What's the specific thing for squids? Yes. I guess I don't even actually have to do math. I could just do... I was just being lazy, but I could just do this. See that that's 100, and that is way more than I need. That was, what? 5 times as many as I needed? Okay. Wait, I would assume a cuddle knot would be like Nautilus type things. I don't really follow Minecraft updates. Something was added involving Nautiluses that is separate from the Nautilus shell drowned mobs. I don't follow the updates much because I don't really play it much. I just... someone I've watched since like 2012 and is still going has mentioned it in basically no detail, because most people that would be that committed would actually pay attention to news from the game. Oh, like an underwater mount. Ooh, that's not going. Why is that not going? Because of iron. Okay. That's probably just a belt issue. Yes, I am running yellow belts here still. That's not sufficient. upgraded it to here at least, mostly. Okay, take this. That should be fixed now. Okay, the iron is flowing. This should fix the current issue. You have to be careful that I don't break anything when I mass upgrade belts like this. Like Almanite type things. I mean, probably does make sense. Going from a bone to a straighter big shell to a curly thing probably makes more sense than starting at the curled point. Ammonites. Oh yes, Ammonite's probably the Pokemon's name, huh? Which, a lot of those classic Pokemon names are quite, at least the English versions of them. I don't know about the Japanese. A lot of those names are not very creative, with like Feel, the seal, Arbok, the cobra, Ekans, the snake. The backwards names are a little more sort of creative. The mime that is just called Mr. Mime. Still one of the weirder Pokemon. Okay, I'm collecting materials. I need an amount of industrial furnaces, not many. Oil barrels, I would rather dump those in a chest. Oh yeah. The big lizard that chars stuff. I mean, I kind of like the... Like, it's not a great name, and I'll never say it is. Like, Charmander, Salamander, Charmeleon, Chameleon, Charizard, sort of lizard thing. I mean... Everyone loves the original 150 Pokemon, though. If the names there aren't a problem. Am I underproducing these? Maybe. These don't need to be productioned anymore. That's... The resources needed are fine now. Even speed them up. Wait, yeah, I'm coming up with names that are... Yes, they're kind of portmanteau? Monto? I think in English should be pronounced portmanteau. No, it'd be portmanteau, not portmanteau. Okay, but yeah, this... I need to scale this up eventually. These are limited by copper. Copper is limited by copper. Which I think is simply limited by the fact that I am only running one blue belt of copper, and I just need more than that. Yeah. Can I even run another belt of copper? Actually, I have the supply, just... Maybe I can run a belt and then split it, feeding it into here. Split one there, pull it down here. Oops. Sliding too much. Should have space. I do. Good. This is gonna look really bad. Then I can just run it there. Is that tree called an octopus? It must have been, because Maypapple is just a weird name. A lot of these trees have odd names. Oh. Probably. Oh wait, I was supposed to split this somewhere. I got lost. I was supposed to split this here. Eventually I'll have modules. Oh, this is not where I need to join this, huh? Input priority right. I think it helped. I think playing this I lean far too heavily into trying to scale size instead of dealing with modules. Okay, is this enough? It's not enough. But it's fine. The centrifuges are really slow though, which is gonna bother me if I need more in the future. Planning. I need logistics chests to bring, which are very important. I might as well drop these. Oh! Don't get hit by train. I don't think I'm auto-crafting the big warehouses. I think I want those. Yeah. I mean, at least the pace that I'm using them, it is draining my electric motors. And that's just slow bot production. For speed, not even for the others. Yeah, like... They seem so expensive, and that's... I can only imagine the eventual tier 9 production just seems... Well, it probably qualifies as impractical, purely from a finishing the mod point of view. Okay, electric drills are not produced here. This area is so neat and tidy because I just haven't added anything here in so long. It's kind of a breath of fresh air. Which, it's clearly not a breath of fresh air. The air is kind of like, look at that pollution, kind of makes me wish that I needed the life support if the pollution was above a certain point. Just, it would be purely a nuisance, and I don't think it would make it more fun, but it would be funny. And then you would get into a death loop, respawning in the middle of your polluted base without being able to get it, and then you would lose, and you would never be able to play on that save again. Which is, I think, a good argument to not have that. If it did damage that was lethal. I have mining drills, I have those. Centrifuges are slow, I need the furnaces. Can you use that death bomb on your own world? Plague? Can you plague Novus? To turn your world into a specific category? Oh, I mean, terrible idea. Well, actually, no, it isn't. It's not even a bad idea to plague Novus, huh? Because it's the easiest way to kill all of this. You just have to be careful. Like, stay somewhere safe, plague Novus, and then I don't know if there's a way to fix it. I guess if there's no way to actually cure the plague, yeah, I mean, realistically, I think my plan is to just Spidertron as needed. Just set up like 10, 20 Spidertrons, clear out nests, and just expand via them. Might not scale properly. But as someone that makes a lot of mistakes, I would almost certainly doom myself if I tried to plague Novus just to clear living creatures off of it. Oh, I'm crafting these, good. If I search for warehouse, yeah, those ones don't exist, good. So I can add these, which are currently set for 100, which is too many. Yeah, that'll be good. I can use those now. I mean, it's easy to make it safe. Like, the life support. I was shocked at... I was surprised for a second. I genuinely thought this was somehow attacked by biters. It's at the center of my base. It's completely safe, but I genuinely thought that it somehow was being attacked by biters. Because that would have been really bad. I've been doing nothing for 20 minutes. Collect. I was gonna grab another... Oh yes, furnaces. It has my red circuits. Producing well enough. The plastic is supplying awkwardly, but it's not an issue. Yeah, it's not an issue. So, I've had enough time for this to level out. How is my production? They should be way higher. Green circuits 3.3k, that's good. Where is my red? 576. I think the target was about 500. So that's doing its job. This is what I need. I need a stack of those and a stack of these. This processing line doesn't need any crafters, or assemblers is what they're called. I have 150 drills. The expected loss from traveling is 5.31%. That should be fine. I will carry the reactors myself. I will need a lot of help. Okay, I'm gonna set one of these. Is that hooked up? Yes, it is. This is gonna be set to 1x, and I'm gonna request. Maybe like 5,000 belts? And 150 of the belt adjacent components. Should be plenty. I would have to actually turn this on. It is not turned on because of unknown reasons. Oh, yeah, because I have to do this. Now that should be requesting a ton of stuff. Good. Do I want to set up rail? I think I considered it on a base level. Because there's a lot of iron that's far out that would be nice to grab. But it's probably not necessary. I have a ton of vulcanite right here. I have the water. I have oil very close by. I could even start processing iridite, which I know nothing about. So, iridite is used in landfill. Very helpful. Crushed iridite. I hate being able to not being able to sneeze. Okay, then iridium powder with the cation exchange beads. Oh, it's the nakatite stuff and iridium blast cake. This is a crafting line. That is a crafting line that feels like it's kind of just equivalent, where it's kind of not insanely different from the other extraplanetary resources. I mean, I doubt there's any resource that they put into their mod that isn't useful. It would be weird to add an entire resource with an entire crafting chain and then do nothing with it. Tensile strength. Compressive strength, yes. Corrosion. Impact shielding, that one's different. These are so good. Okay, so tensile is, in this context, I guess they're just sort of stress. It pulls the steel plates apart, Concrete has good compressive strength. Glass is corrosion resistant. They're running the locomotive into heavy girders to test the impact capacity. Ballistics, they're shooting guns at heavy girders. These are cool. The uranium is uranium. Explosions. Oh. Electrical. It's so good. It's so good. Laser shielding, though. That one's less clear to me. It's super cooled thermal fluid for laser-related stuff, but I just don't know much about it. Ooh. Yeah, holmium barrel, iridium. The only one that I've seen is the nakatite, but that feels like that should be a tier higher, given that it uses the iridium. Particle beam shielding. Yeah, the nakatite is a higher tier for sure. Heavy composite, aeroframe. Oh, is the aeroframe stuff? Might be the other... Might be related to the other material. Aeroframe. No, that's beryllium. Which I'm guessing, based on running into the aeroframe, I'm assuming the beryllium going into the most complicated science stems from the Astro with the aeroframe and all that. Supercharger. Super fast robot charger, that's good. Using much of holmium, heavy girders, aeroframes. That's 3 out of the 4 materials. I want to find the last material now. You can unlock different delivery cannons. That's cool. Heavy girders are vulcanite and iridium. I shouldn't be getting sidetracked like this, because I should be planning for what I want to send to the planet. A pretty weak upgrade. I guess it's all 30%. That all makes sense. It all adds up. It's all very... Oh yeah, what? I was letting this not run intentionally because I don't have enough of the base science. I don't know why I have coal in there. Maybe this asteroid adjacent? Did I just... I think what I do here, continue getting sidetracked and stop and making no progress. I really need to improve this, huh? Ooh, glass is a shortage. I'd fixed that slightly, but... Oh. You know what? Even if the issue isn't that those are lower tier, it's kind of silly to still be using stone furnaces. I mean, this would be easy to scale up. I just need to take some space. Yes, glass is a very important material. And it uses up a lot of sand. Can I... belt... What is this belt? Is this belt unused now? Yeah, that's my old copper belt. I can actually just get rid of it. Ooh. I forgot that I had that. That was goofy. I like leaving stuff for the long-term sort of weird posterity, but this stuff is taking up space that I need. What I should be using this. This probably doesn't need to do that anymore. It's not going to be well distributed. Okay, that seems like it should be fine. Then upgrade this. Hope I don't break anything accidentally. That should help my glass a lot. Oh, yeah, you could. I had read the comment about you were kind of put together a mod pack. Ooh, why is this not happy? This is still going down. Why is it not happy? It has it there, it's there. The temperature isn't going up. I mean, the most recent thing you got mod stuff to work. But, like, my power consumption's not an issue. I'm just, it should, oh, did I set this lower? No, this should be there, which means it should be outputting the signal. I'm just confused by why it's not. Like, it should be reducing the steam. Oh, yes. Because I can do more than this, but why am I consuming so much now? What changed? Oh, okay. Nothing changed. I've just been gradually increasing the drain and it's not been an issue. I guess I can just scale it up. That's easy. I guess, yeah, I didn't look at... These do 120, 240, 480 between them. Okay. I have two options. I either change this to make what would be potentially more efficient, or I just copy the whole thing and paste it to the left or to the right. I should probably try to scale it. No, I think space age itself, I don't think they're planning to make space age work with it. 2.0, the 2.0 update does work with space exploration now though. And a few of the things that came with 2.0. I don't know if elevated rails was sort of part of space age or not. Yeah, the main space age isn't gonna I don't think works because it's... I think it just complicates the work, is what I think they said. Because, yeah, I think it would result in them having to make it work with and without space age, which might just be more complications than they want. Okay, I think I just add more reactors. But I would have to change how I design this. I leave this running and I just make another set to the left. Yep, no problem. Which, oh, I thought quality was one that wasn't. Maybe it wasn't initially, I just wasn't. And I don't really need the quality thing, because as cool as it is, it's kind of a lot. I'm pretty sure this noise is something that I chose to let it make, but it's bothering me now, because it's just at the barely audible, which makes it even more annoying. Okay, if I want 4x2, I would have to feed them from the top and the bottom. I guess I could turn it to the right, then it won't fit where I have it. If I copy that just as a baseline, obviously I wouldn't be able to put that there, but I could space this out more. And then I could run... Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that. This would have to all change, which is fine. Two by four? That feels low. I thought... Shouldn't it be... Oh, I guess it's 160 for some of them, not all of them, that's why. I was thinking of the increase... Because actually, no, because this should be... Each of these is 120. Which means it should be 480. Which means this would be... wait. It'll be enough power for now. And if I can think of a way to make something that can tile outwards, even if it's ugly, that might be worth thinking about now. Which it might not be possible with the approach I took here. Okay, first let's move this down, because I need more space. Then if I copy this, okay, get rid of those because those are in the way. Because I can make them, okay, for the purposes of seeing what works, I should try to work in the middle section. I just don't think it will work with what I'm trying to do. Except for the fact that it can go in the middle like this, can't it? So it just does... Oh, it's so close. That's clearly an intentional design choice. Unfortunate. See, I can't quite fit. I'm also going to pick up the actual ingredients, so... I've occasionally looked at stuff. I don't like looking at too much stuff. Like years ago I looked at reactor stuff, and I think reactors become kind of messy, unavoidably, as they grow bigger, trying to get the adjacency optimized. Yeah, well, it's something like the math works out where it's like wide enough. It's you can do more complicated things, but it doesn't really improve. I am distracted. I need boilers? Where did I craft boilers? Not those boilers. Did I manually craft them all? Heat exchangers, that's what they're called. Which is these... Okay, it's just me. The icon being red, but the object in the world not being red is confusing to me every single time. No. I think... Because space exploration now works with the 2.0, and I think the fluid changes are 2.0. I think it was one of the things... I think the various update topics they mentioned that was one of the things that was kind of difficult, I think, for the move to 2.0. Where space exploration, it had to deal with that. How big that change was. Okay, just as a base concept. Despite being connected, these don't... Do reactors share the heat properly? Because I mean, if they do, then what I'm focusing on is wrong, and I just need to function. Because I don't actually know, do they... Okay, that makes it way simpler. I was focusing too much on this. Now I just need to think about the actual math, then. Because if I just need to connect... If I don't need to connect to every single reactor to draw the heat, then it's not bad. Yeah. Because I think... In fact, Space Age is a separate expansion you have to buy, but anyone that owns Factorio gets the 2.0 update. And I mean, the 2.0 update makes a lot of stuff better. What do I want to do? Okay, I want it to be symmetrical. So if I think about placing there... I just need to double that, which is not going to look nice, and I'm going to have to make space. I'm not trying to fill those two anymore. I could just move these closer together and create another setup and only make it a little longer. Yeah, I wasn't sure about whether elevated rails were tied to Space Age, because I mean, when it came out, I bought Space Age and never played Factorio 2.0 without Space Age. So I couldn't remember how the stuff was tied together. Okay, these will move heat. I can move these closer together, but I'm... The biggest hindrance... Oh, that's not right. Is trying to get this to look nice. Oh, this bit. Okay. Look nice and symmetrical. That's the hardest part right now. That does not look nice. For multiple reasons. But that... Am I... Okay, there's even more reasons that's not correct. That looks okay, but the space is not efficient. I guess, yeah, if I just accept that making it longer is necessary. It'll take up a bunch more space, but I mean, I have a lot of space up here. I left myself with a lot to work with. Oh, that just looks really funny. 3 robots moving up just for 3 trees. It's not... I can't tell if that's in range or not. Okay, but yeah, I can just move this whole thing. I should do it quickly while the steam buffer is still here. Yes, these are 1 reactor to 1 of these. If I double the length, that should be all I need. Which is very simple. Kind of boring to just double the length, though. Oh, that's not right. Instead of finding a different way to lay it out. Oh, I can use robots now, so I don't actually need to be able to run the supplies in, even though I can. I mean, that looks like it. I think it should work. It doesn't look nice, but has 4 reactor cells. I guess the only question that would arise would be if there's any weird limiting factors, but I don't believe there are. Okay, I should remove. Pick all this stuff first. There's gonna be a lot of weird. I'm gonna miss something probably. And once I do miss something, it will cause my entire base to shut down because I'm gonna run out of power. Well, I'm only gonna notice that something's wrong once I've run out of power. So to try to be careful, which is not what I'm good at. I'm gonna do that. Copy the config. Not that it's complicated, but that should fit. Pretty well. Yeah, that should work. I should tear it down before I place it, even though there's a bunch of overlap. That needs to move. No, those are, we're still producing. That's what I was waiting for, but I just want to make sure I keep the circuits so I don't forget them. The circuits are not complicated, I just imagine I'll forget a step to them. But while this is happening, the steel's not doing... great. It should be fine. I thought that the... oh, because they're not all... that makes sense. The steel's just not supplying fast enough, so some of them... I hate bots so much. I wish they would just use my personal bots that I'm carrying on me to make this faster. I should cut that. Okay. Cut that. Okay. Tear this down first. While this is doing this, I need to think about what to ship. I probably want to ship a lot of solar panels to get started. I don't want to forget those. I will probably run the system on 500 is too much. 300, it seems fine. The system will run on nuclear because I have water and enough iron to run nuclear just fine. The solar will get it started. I have water. I need to remember to ship pumps. Pump. Actually, I mean both types of pumps are necessary. 50 of these. 50 of these. Far too many of these. I knew it existed somewhere, but I could not remember how to do it. Thank you for telling me. It's one of those things where I knew you could do that. Probably because I'd been told. But it was like when starting this save, I forgot Z. Whatever specific thing Z does that I forgot about. There are a lot. What is this? Oh, okay. There really are a lot of very specific key combinations that are used. Okay. I could belt feed these. Actually, belt feeding those is probably a lot safer. I was gonna do, or I was gonna consider this isn't gonna tile quite right. I was gonna consider doing robots, but then if the robots need to feed stuff elsewhere, it causes problems. And yeah, I can't actually do this here because I have to do it up. I have to feed the water elsewhere and the steam. Those need to be adjusted, but that's not a problem. I can just run those on the right, and then I can expand left. Control Z is a known one. I don't know if I've ever even really considered Control Y. I mean, it's fairly normal key combinations there. Oh yeah, I'm just wondering if, I guess as long as I leave enough buffer, I'm just thinking about scenarios where I'm like, oh, I'm going to a new planet and I request needlessly request, because I don't need 10,000 fuel on a new planet. But like, just decide on a whim that I want 10,000 and it just eats up all my fuel. As long as there's enough of a buffer, even if I do that, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, this isn't gonna tile. Like if I copied this, I should copy one. If I copied this over, it's gonna work. It's just not gonna look quite right because the space is a little too high between them. But if I never look at it, it won't. What I don't know won't hurt me in this specific context. That's a pretty good size on that power supply. Is this actually connected Steam-wise? Yes. I guess I could do the whole thing on one side. I could run the entire... I'm not changing it now. I like the vertical split. I could just run the entire reactor set along the bottom, probably. And then running the steam up is a non-issue. But I prefer the aesthetic, so I'll stick with it. Oh yeah, good point. I forgot that I need to adjust a little. Why is this not happy? Oh, yeah, makes sense. This should have water. Oh, it's just getting up to temperature because I destroyed the entire thing. That makes a lot of sense, too. And I'm out of those, unfortunate. Oh yeah, have a nice time. Ooh, this does not look good. Yeah, with you. It's back. It's space exploration's fun. Yeah, well actually that's probably what I'll do. I mean 160 for the purpose of lazy horizontal scaling. Yeah, okay, that should be fine. Lazy horizontal scaling, I am mostly operating on... I didn't consider that when my power died. It's about up to heat up enough to get power back. Oh, then I have to tear it all down again to scale it up properly if I want it to be symmetrical. Do I just lose the symmetry? Just waiting for the power to get moving. Once it starts producing the steam, I won't be doomed anymore. Yeah, steam got an amount of power that will gradually ramp up. Probably what I should have done was accept that the, I could have just left the old reactor in place and just built the new one, like, beside it and then torn it down after. I was too focused on just keeping it in the same spot for aesthetic reasons. Which instead caused a bunch of problems. This should be repaired eventually. I mean, having the resources, I can do the whole thing again, copy it, fix it for the 160 megawatt output, and then start another row beside and then destroy this one. Can I? Ooh. There's one thing that I'd have to address. If I supply these via roboports, I need to design it so that I can actually use roboports for the logistics, which is easy. I could just shift these out a bit and then I could make base somehow. Place it here, do the inserters off to the side, and then that should be fine, because this would be able to reach to there, and that should be more than enough boilers. Yeah, a lot of stuff that I just don't actually think about. Correct. So, producing 160. Oh, these aren't running. Oh, these are also way overfilled. Well, I guess they're not really overfilled for the amount that I need to produce, but... $160 means 10, it's just 160 per reactor. I mean, yeah, like the only things... My math feels wrong. Oh no, it's 16 per reactor, not 160. 4 more, that's not bad. The only things that I can think of with that overlap between Minecraft and Monster Hunter would just be various, you know, mob additions. Okay, so if you move that over there. Because you've mentioned in the past various epic combat mods and whatever. I don't know much about combat-centric mods. Okay, so that's the basic chain. Copy that. Horizontal flip probably doesn't matter. It's still complaining because it's still not running full speed. It should be running full speed. Oh. Yes, I got distracted trying to fix other stuff. And I need to connect these two. And I messed up that. But I never connected it to the water, so it's not actually a problem, which is really lucky. Okay, now it should be fixing it and working. Good. Everything's running. Now I need to keep working. Yeah. I mean, maybe I could space this out by one more. I'm not sure. No, I could space it by two more. But if I spaced it by two more, this would be one wider. No, it just won't work. It will never look quite right, just due to size. So these can connect there. That's one chain, that's a lot. Let it pick it all up. Yeah, like, as great as Minecraft is as a building block for other stuff, I think trying to make it work from a mechanical combat point of view, trying to make it work with like the Monster Hunter type stuff would just be very difficult. Now, having monster drops and whatever is just having drop tables. That's fairly normal. Gear is probably fairly normal. How did this work? Oh. Okay, that's how it worked. It was designed differently because it's for the top, not the bottom. I can scroll that later. So, I want to work with this space. Just get this lined up properly. That looks like where I want that lined up. How's this crafting going on my centrifuges? Good, I have enough for the planet. I think I have to leave the extra space for these. Placing one of these at each. Seems practical. It won't even look that bad. Slightly overload this side. This will work. Okay. Oh, this won't work. I spaced it on a... I mean, I just won't be able to line it up the same. I'm trying to space... I should space it with 8 instead of 4, because spacing it with 4 is just not going to look right. This is going to be removed anyway, so it's fine. I just wanted to line it up at the same area. What is this? Oh, that was the input down there. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, I'm running low on uranium. Do I have... I don't have reprocessing it, do I? So Oh no, I do have the reprocessing. I guess I should probably do that. That's useless right now. Because until I get the Kovarex, I don't need the 238. That seems a little silly. Maybe I'm disregarding nuclear ammunition, where you would want to use a lot of 238. There is actually explicit value in the... Oh no, I didn't actually check if it would work. It doesn't work. I can change this, maybe. I can make it work via spaghetti. I can spaghetti this to function. Yeah, that can't work with that. Feed the water from a different spot. I guess, yeah, reducing that. Because, yeah, I guess even later, you never really need the reprocessing for the sake of the material itself. It's always going to be just to get it out. That makes sense, I think. I guess I'm thinking too much about the sort of thinking as if it's real, where you're actually worried about resource usage, where here you don't really worry that much on at that scale. That looks awful. It looks awful, but it is what it needs to be. This is temporary water, so eventually I will line this up differently. Because, yeah, I mean, it might line up the same way once I tear this out. It might still connect there to turn, because I'm not going to clear this out, because I'm lazy. Okay. This is a little bit of a silly way to do the power. But it will look good. Actually, I don't need power at the top. That's fine. Oh, wait, I do need power there. Oh no! I moved it further up, so now it's not pretty anymore. Oh, what a shame. That's sad. It was so nice before. Oh well. Oh, it was so convenient when it lined up perfectly, but then I want to fit this and... Just a shame. I probably could make it look better if I just made it bigger. More space here and it would all work a lot better. Okay, it will work. I didn't plan it properly, but... I will have the necessary outputs. I also need two. Reading the temperature. Oh wait, this doesn't feed directly into there. No, I need to read those as inputs that then feed into the circuit here as an output. If that equals 0... Oh, no, it doesn't read. It only reads the... It only reads that. These are just read temperature. Yes, this is something that I need placed here. I wish the personal bots took priority. Oh, wait, no, I don't need to read temperature. Why was I reading temperature? I should be reading fuel. Because that's what this was looking at. Which should also be reading these, because if it has it in its hand, then it shouldn't be trying to insert. That's not right. It should be fine. This is not... Feels wrong, basically. Then I need the... Just get a new radar. Input there to read the steam signal, I think. Maybe I never connected that. Yeah, which should just be reading the fuel, right? Or does it auto... It wouldn't auto-read the fuel if there's a fuel. If there's an option to read fuel, it wouldn't just automatically read it. I just don't know why. Terribilis. That's a new star. I'm now distracted. I mean, there's gonna be nothing here right now, but 1525 solar in the orbit of a star. That feels kind of low, but it's probably reasonable. Okay, I'm just confused because like, this was the copy of what I had. For some reason I was reading fuel, and I just don't know why. Or I was reading temperature only and not fuel when I should have been reading fuel. Maybe that's why this is not behaving right. So those are still running for now. I can probably pick up their fuel supplies. These are not being supplied because of question mark. Are they out of range? Yes, they are, because this is not powered. Now they won't be out of range and these should get fulfilled. I hope. Once this clicks on. There. And now I should have robots? Not sure. But those are robots coming to me because of the new connections. That's fine. Those are supplied. Disabled because I didn't connect this yet. Okay, that double input is annoying. Yeah, I don't really need to grab that because it's going to do that anyway. It's going to look better if I don't have all these extra wires. I'm gonna get rid of that. Read fuel. Signal that. That's flawed. With how I linked it to everything, it's not gonna work. And it never became an issue previously because I didn't set it up correctly, so this was always on and never a problem. This is less than that. I'm trying to make sure actually, that is connected properly, which is what I was kind of trying to keep an eye on for the reactor, so I'm glad that's working at least. Okay, it's getting up to temperature. I'm just distracted. Okay. So wait, one reactor, green light on equals 0. Yeah. Like, I think moving forward it should be fine. It's just for this initial... The initial reactor start, I think, would have been a problem. Or it would have taken longer to start. But now, when this one gets emptied, all of them get fuel. And that should be fine. But if I take all the fuel out of all of them, that's the easiest test. Except clearly... Oh yeah, it still has fuel running. So once that runs out, they should all be where they should be. I hope. And while I wait, I need to filter... Actually, these don't grab. These are smart enough. They only grab from the output. This isn't like various other... Okay, it's about to tick, and they should all input. Good. That works. Yeah. I mean, it looks... Yeah, those are not gonna sync quite. They're gonna be close enough for now. And now I rip this out. I remove all the fuel. I'll let this run, and then I rip it out, and then I can scale it up as needed. Which should be fine. Temporarily, for my own laziness, I'm going to buffer chest that. Just so I have a place to dump it all right now. 48, it's 2400. That should draw all of those to one central location for now. Do these all have enough fuel? Which, it's a lot of fuel. I really need to get... I need to get reprocessing. Because that warehouse is going to fill up far sooner than ideal, and then I will not have any uranium being produced that can be turned into fuel. Which can be handled manually. It wouldn't even be hard, but I don't want to. Which means I need to work on traveling to this planet and focus on that for a bit before I distract myself again. I'm actually half full on cargo because I put the wrong numbers in. Okay, something is wrong. This is not connected here. That's not the correct line. And now it should stop? It did. Okay. I spotted the error. One day. Before I can do that, though, I need to fix this. I never connected the control circuit. Why is that? Huh? It's control. Why would it ever be requesting rocket cargo sections when it isn't showing it as requested by the control? The green should be, I guess maybe for the moment that I had it red instead, it's sending them and it doesn't update quickly because they're very slow robots. And once they're flying, they already just have a set job, and I understand that's how they work. Should I... do that? And that just cancels all the requests? That's much easier. Okay. I do actually need that still. I have a few extra of these. Very silly. Actually, some of these are from up above, not here. Okay. I think the rest can mostly be lived with as being maybe a bit excessive, but not the end of the world to ship a ton of. Way too many pumps, though. Okay, fixed my mistake. I'm only at 133, which is far from what I wanted. That's repopulating stuff that I took out of the inventory, which is fine. Okay. I can grab my centrifuges. I might grab more. But centrifuges are there. I don't think... So I've already added the furnaces, the pulverizers, and mining, 150 out of 101. So the biggest things to do are some of these and some of these. I think three stacks of both should be enough. I could add another bunch of these, but I don't need them. I feel like the belts are probably still a little short. Am I actually out of belts, or is it just slow? I am out of belts. Okay. I'm out of belts because I'm out of iron. I'm out of iron because Something must be going wrong. Okay. This is being fed there as well. Oh, what's going wrong is I have 2 belts of capacity, 1 belt of which is being driven to my steel production. But 1 is being completely wasted, basically. So I can increase that. And it's all being split up. I could feed more iron here. And that would reduce there. I could feed it iron. Yeah, okay. Oh, yes, the actual machines. Wait. Oh, yeah, because the reason I don't have those is... Click. Crude. Heavy, light. Actually, I do need the petroleum, so it's best to do the advanced. And I didn't click the recipe. Sulfur. Those are fine. Get that as the direct mining component, which is useless to add because it's not accurate at all. And I really don't blame them. Those are processed. Light oil cracking. Which reduced the need for that. If I also crack that, then that even lowers it even more. Yeah. It just crossed my mind that if I actually mostly needed heavy oil, which I think was the case here, I was doing crude oil processing. Nice. I didn't even think about it properly. It was purely happenstance. Some extra chemical plants. That should be way more than enough. Bring an extra stack of refineries. I want to bring a refinery. No, that. I probably need to ship 10 of these per rocket, assuming 100% loss. So I might as well send... Nope, it's not 10. These are 5. It's 20. I think. Anyway, I'm gonna send extra. And then the refineries, plants, fuel refineries. All of those fill the roles. And then I have to think. I will need to Ooh. I brought a bunch of extra electric furnaces, but on a planet where I can actually produce the pyroflux, it's probably... I probably don't need this many for what I'm going to actually be able to work with. Because I'm not going to set up copper production beyond minimal necessities, but having extras would be good. Because I can actually use those. Okay, byproducts, I have... Do I need recyclers for anything? I don't think it's just the... No, it is the recycler that produces... landfills, yeah. Which is not optimal because the sand can be used for... the pyroflux crafting? But having that for emergencies is probably good. I could probably ship half a stack of delivery cannon chests for emergency use. Oh, I never set a limit on those. Stack of each of those would be good, just in case I need them. I thought I had a crafting thing set up for delivery cannons themselves. It doesn't look like I do. Probably because I don't actually need it. I typoed. Cannon. Yes. That is correct. I was surprised by that on the ice planet because I completely forgot that it is just an assembler. It's so cheap. It's so easy. It surprised me. I'm setting up delivery cannons just in case I ever want them. I mean, maybe I suddenly want delivery cannons launching from this other planet. It would be useful. Yeah, I guess I already have the assemblers. I don't need the recyclers, because the recyclers... Having a stack of recyclers is not the end of the world, in case I need to ship something via barrel, but that's unlikely to matter. I should probably, at some point, scrap space capsules on the Novus orbit. Because as I continue to launch more rockets up there, I'm eventually going to be overrun. Or I can just carry them back down every 20 hours of playtime, and then that's probably better than scrapping them. Like, what do you mean? Did certain mods get, like, aesthetic changes? Or you changed which ones you're running so that it runs better? Yeah. I just wish I could send the rocket... I wish I could load them up, the rocket pods, and just launch them back to the surface, like, remotely. I can understand why they don't allow it, just because then you could move them around more and it would add a whole weird element. Ooh, I could bring a stack of speed 3s. Those would be nice to have. It's like upgraded version, like you went to a, you know, just a straightforward, higher, like newer version that made it look worse. I feel like I assume they don't look as good because of, like, aesthetic changes then, right? I'm gonna request about 2,000 of each feels low. 5,000 of each should be good. Might be too much. I just kind of want to fly to the planet, so I want to ship stuff that I will need. Oh. I mean, I'm just thinking right now. I'm just thinking of how, ooh. Yeah, that's a lot lower. Like, there's some Minecraft mods that I think aesthetically have changed in ways that I'm not a fan of. over the years. Like, strictly speaking, they don't look bad, just the direction is less appealing to me. I can't name them off the top of my head. Probably one of the thermal ones, though. Thermal, expansion, or Ender.io. One of the ones from, like, 1.12 era of modded Minecraft. Like, I think they begin to look cleaner, but less distinct. Oh, yeah, like... That's one where I can definitely see, like... like, in a semi-realistic visual thing like Kerbal Space Program, the aesthetic changes could matter a lot. Oh, they saved me there. Fine. Oh, I broke that, yeah. It's just kind of a funny... Any sort of, like, cloud-based thing I always find funny, just because, like, any modded stuff I always think of Minecraft, because that's what I would play the most in modded any context. And, like mods removing void fog and stuff. Yeah, thinking of, like, adding more clouds to a game is always fun to me. Maybe not more clouds, better clouds, stuff like that. Okay, this is all running how it should. The power cancel. I need to do more. I kind of want to double this, but I really don't need to. Actually, if I double this whole thing, it becomes marginally more efficient. It's not worth it. I have enough now. Next time I notice that there's an issue, I can just scale it to the sides. It's fine. Oh, yeah. Because no clouds to some clouds can be interesting. I mean, vanilla Minecraft clouds are, unless they've changed over the years, not much to look at. I think here's the plan. Delete that. Check that there. Splitter that. Okay. Now, what do I do? I just go up, probably? Do I feed this into here? I can feed it into there. That should be fine. Ooh, it's not gonna reach there. I have to feed it in here. Wither storm? Like, is there a mod that causes storms that in some way wither? Because it's either that or withers in a storm. That's all I can picture. I could probably just grab a device connected to the internet and briefly search the words Wither Storm. Very specific type of mod. Is it first thing that showed up was someone's search of bedrock, which I know nothing about bedrock. Yes, that's gonna help that, which will help with my production of these. This production line is still quite bad. Needs a lot of work. That line's fine. This line on the left certainly be upgraded. Except that is being supplied a lot less because this is hooked in above, but now there's not enough iron. Oh, there's enough iron still, just barely. Oh. This is feeding that, that's fine. I could speed these up more, but I don't think I need to. Okay, yeah, it's fulfilling its purpose now. That will help a little with filling the rocket. Currently, the rocket is half full. It's gonna be a lot of copper, a lot of iron. 4.3k. I'm gonna send this early to the drop-off. I think it actually just isn't quite enough. I think I have, just like the pyroflux, I need to move it manually occasionally. This might be the last time we need to move the pyroflux manually. It's almost half full and this is not, this still has 4k in each. How could I improve this more? Well, I could just process it faster. The math for this setup, I think, leaves space. It just doesn't, I didn't leave space to add more of the furnaces. But the belts are low occupancy. I could, one line here, one line there, turn those lines into another set of 4 each to double the production there. Create another line on either side that I guess would feed into steel. That could go into there. Yeah, that steel could go across in the middle if I laid it out with enough space. it's not, it wouldn't work well. What is this coal? Oh, this is the whole... I haven't checked this in a long time. Still 1 million coal. Okay. That's safe. But back to planning. I should have plenty of centrifuges. I don't think... I mean, I can always bring extra. And if I sped them up with speed 2s... Yeah, okay. If I speed them up, if I productivity them, there's a lot of ways to make it better. Just the number of furnaces is so small. I need to turn the steam in a chemical plant back into water. And I need to configure the temperature. The steam is 165. What is... Oh, it's what the source is. Linearly dependent. Yeah, because it's... I know why that did that. Why is it... complaining? 16k water there. I think that's fine now. If the ingredients shouldn't be 10,000 water, it's just not... Oh no, 10,000 from all this, yeah. If I removed my water consumption, it was 12,000. But I definitely need... I probably need that water conversion. Just so confused by what they're... Oh, I have to right click it to change the thing, not what I was doing. So I do this all again, click this, click that, right click, edit temperature, 165, not left click it. Okay. That was just me doing it wrong. The sand and the stone can either be... They can be assembled, they can be pulverized. Well, pulverized and then assembled, whatever. I do need pulverizers for sand to make pyroflux, which would only be needed on the planet, so it's not super important. The mining is fine. I'm speed 2ing all of those. I'm not bringing enough speed 2s if I'm going to do that. I think I'm only bringing 200 right now. I need at least 3. Yeah, that's not going to go any faster. Yeah, those are fine. I could just speed 1 the miners. No reason to use speed 2s, but... kind of already committed to it, and I don't want to adjust it. Yeah. I just... Always bring extra modules. I think this will help us craft slightly more conveniently. I think it's worth using speed 2s to craft speed 2s faster. It's already paid for itself. Well, the math, that's not what the math actually would dictate. Ooh, do I need motors? I'm not bringing any of the generic motor components. Things that oh. Well, actually, in the last 2.5 hours, I can't scroll up, can I? I should be able to. Well, it hasn't notified me of meteors landing. I think I've seen 1 or 2. So I don't know if I actually even need to ship the meteor point defenses at all. I'm mostly feeling that I should just because I can. If I'm gonna ship the meteor point defenses, I kind of want to ship the defense installations, which is a bad idea because I really don't need them. Meteor point defense, meteor defense, 5 and makes sense. I was confused by 250, but they do stack to 50 because you need a lot of them. How expensive? Ah, they're cheap enough. I'll let them craft 250. But point defenses are nice. I should bring a few of these. Since I'm kind of just filling in space at this point, I could bring train stuff. I don't think I'm likely to use the train stuff. I also didn't set up the nuclear reactor inventory yet. I need to not forget that. I should bring extra circuits. Pipes. I need a lot of pipes. Give me... is it 1-to-1 pipe to ground? 10 to 2, 5, they go far enough. But it costs additional iron. I should definitely bring both. Give me 2,000 of those and 150 of those. What am I storing? 5.5k? Okay. That's fine. This is my 1-to-1 request. I have those. I still need the heat exchangers and everything. I might want to add heat exchangers. This current system uses 128. I have no reason to build it that big. It's with a 2x2 reactor. I only need 120, 12 per 48. So yeah, I only need a stack. But I'll bring 1 extra stack just for the loss, in case the loss percentage isn't direct. Like, I don't know if the loss percentage is actually like a probability thing, or if it's a hard. You bring 100, you lose 6. Because if it's just the average, the expected loss, I think it's much safer to bring a bunch of extra. carry the reactors with me. I don't need 8. I can carry 8. It won't really be a problem if I do. Sure, more mining. Oh, I keep getting mining because I... No, I don't have it here. Why do I have the mining? Weird. Grab this to send extra. Confusing to me. Okay, 2k, 100 each. Just 20 slots. Let's be at about 400. I should be able to fly there tomorrow. I don't have a plan. I should probably spend a minute getting a basic idea of what I'm going to do. Since Romati I ditched because it was waterless. Sinza was the one with water. Oh, that layout's way too similar to this with the big lake there, so I guess I might as well just copy pretty much one for one that. Boom. That's power. Yeah, that's fine. I can still mine that. I kind of want to mess with core mining at one of these places at some point, but it'll wait a while. This is easy enough. Did I update my mining? Yes, I did. I'm very glad I bothered. Okay. Start here. And just shift and drag across everything. This is running down, so anything above is a waste. These power lines are needed. This one's needed. This left side is wasteful. Bottom will just kind of merge, however. These two will certainly merge here. I can probably merge the left two, because I think that's kind of where the math works out. Then I can just balance the rest. Probably on the right side. I can balance it all here. That'll be fine. Oh, but is this enough mining? 139, that's enough. So mine there. It'll all be processed somehow. I'm not going to lay out the processing because it will be somewhat circular and seeing it moving will help me a lot. When it's stationary, I will not be able, without the motion, without seeing it all moving, it will be too much for me to not make a mistake and then have to restart anyway. The oil processing I could probably set up, but it will take no time. Which actually kind of gives me no excuse to not set it up. It's 4 of these. Okay, oil's going to come from there and there. And if necessary, up there. I should probably process it in a convenient location, which might be on the left. Then I'll move it back, so I should process it on the right. Top, bottom. Let's go bottom. Okay, so I can, oh yeah, because the pulverizing is just, you mine the vulcanite gets crushed, and then you split out the vulcanite, or split out the crushed from the enriched, which are both less than a belt, so I can just split that pretty easily. And then it's the centrifuge, where you put it in a centrifuge, and then you need to probably just priority on a base level to make it work, not necessarily efficiently. Just have a priority line going to the furnaces. But I'm still gonna focus on not that. That's where that will go. I can barely see where the oil is. Well, I say I can barely see where the oil is. That oil is actually invisible. It is genuinely underneath a rock. Weird. Wait, are these one by one? No. They are, but they aren't. Like, are they normally one by one for the selection? They are. I never noticed. Because I never really paid attention. Huh. Ah. I was waiting for something to be delivered that, physically cannot be delivered. No, it can be. Why is it not delivering then? Because it's slow. I assumed that I'd made a mistake and it was not connected to the system. But it is. It's just super slow. I don't want to scale that up though. That would be silly. That's full again. Okay. There was something on my mind that I was trying to remember to bring that's very important, and I will regret forgetting to bring it. Well, one thing, I need power. I need a bunch of power line and power cables and stuff. Okay, let's bring 2 stacks of those. Ooh, I'm not really planning to use rails, but if I do, I want to be able to elevate them to their greatest potential. I don't need tier 1s. Those are useless now. I should be using mediums at the very least. Oh. I did actually write down and then maybe get rid of what I brought to the ice planet. I might have gotten rid of that though. I can look around for a moment. No, I do have my list, I think. Meteor defense, generic materials, which I crossed off the stuff that's a little harder to read. Power poles, robot stuff. I have the chests, but I don't actually have the robots. I I have it partially listed. I only listed the landing pad last time. I didn't list the launch. I think I remember that I explicitly crafted at least one while I was there, which was funny. I do have the rocket parts. I do not have... do I need multiple silos? I don't think I do. Yet. Maybe eventually I'll want one, but... bring a couple landing pads. But I think... unlike on the ice planet, where I theoretically want to ship out ice, the additional product from vulcanite that's immediately useful is just the vulcanite that can be turned into pyroflux anywhere, instead of shipping it as a liquid. I guess I can ship extra garbage, yeah. I think I might as well carry the silo. I'm gonna... Oh, I need to fix that. I need to deal with the shortage of low densities. That could pose an issue. I don't need to do that right now. I just need to do it soon. Okay, I need to steal my logistics bots. I need to change this. This current setup is not good because of the output here. Is it really an issue? Especially if I turn them into logistics chests where they'll get grabbed up eventually. But that's not the way to handle that. I still need more. If only my logistics bots weren't so busy. Except I have 1.2k that are available. So clearly they aren't busy. Or 1. Yeah. Clearly half of them are doing nothing. Why can't they keep the number here? Why are they struggling? Probably because they're constantly being sent out. That looks okay. How is this? Good. Well, I'm glad I set this up last time. I think it's probably helping a lot. I should probably rip these out soon. So yeah, I'm prioritizing. Because yeah, ripping these out would give me a lot of space to do something with. Probably oil related. These are collecting? No. Well, it's good to know that there's a bunch of stuff that I can improve. Well, that I can and need to improve. That's half full. This is going to Novus orbit. What I would love to do would be fill this up with the necessary components for expanding the platform. The issue with that would be I don't have enough of this, because I'm limited on glass still. I thought my glass was okay. Is my stone bad? Yes, my stone is bad. That can be adjusted. That can be dealt with. Currently, the issue with dealing with that is I don't have enough space, which in turn can be solved by actually making a proper intersection on this side. I just remembered what I was going to do last time with elevated rails, because I love elevated rails. I'm going to finish the loop around here, elevate it over that, elevate it over this, and then create like a four-way intersection somewhere here so they can actually go around without going through this middle mess. What's this? Oh, yeah, water. Weird. Yeah, that would be good. And then the four-way intersection could travel out this way. Down that way. I could connect this all better. It will run more smoothly. But to do that, I need rails. And actual rails, not just the elevating components. I should probably connect this to the system. This will not be done according to the nice grid layout, because it won't work nice. Okay, need to elevate somewhere here. Don't elevate too early. Okay, that's in line. Elevate there. Genuinely my favorite. Like, full feature from around the 2.0 update. It's so aesthetically pleasing. They really did a great job. I can actually want to descend. I could keep it elevated the whole way, which is not. It's probably inefficient. There's where I definitely should not continue elevating. Except, it could be useful to keep it elevated in case I add more layers for drop-off. Is this connected to the network? It is not. I don't have space explosives. Cliff explosives. I'm just thinking too much about... I'm thinking too much about whether elevated rails can go into space. Okay, that's the lower. I'll need to do it all again with the upper section, but this is where it returns to the blueprints. Straight away. Oh, I wonder how these will interact. Kind of... Yeah. Because the rail isn't actually there, it's at a different level, so it can't be happy. Yeah. Eventually. Once you elevate it enough, it's perfect. Yeah, I did start picturing, like, if you could do... I think that's fine to connect in there. If you could run elevated rails that are elevated compared to other elevated rails, and just sort of the inevitable conclusion of that being you go to space. Can this connect? Good. Oh, rails are the best. It just... They just are. It's nothing complicated about it. This chain of things should really be replaced by now. Okay, I want my cliff explosive, which should be being crafted here. Somewhere. Right here. Because eventually, these trains... Yep, I figured this would be a train going through there. I'll have them turn up here. More-way intersection. Which isn't going to work well right now. Though I can elevate it and it might be fine, but... Oh, yeah, I'm not actually carrying signals. Kinda, the more I play the normal stuff, the more I'm like, it would be fun to try that one. This is the one vanilla, like train world setting, which I could see it being not fun just because it's a weird alternate setting that's maybe not balanced around to be a good time, but the more I deal with trains, the more I enjoy them. Maybe eventually it will be different. Yeah, that'll elevate over there. Kinda doesn't line up the... I guess I have to run it all the way down here, huh? Which will be fine. It'll just look weird. And it will make... It'll make a few train journeys longer, because going here saves that distance. That times 2 is saved by cutting through the middle. Trains move fast enough, but that's not a huge issue, I think. Oh, I remember what I was trying to... I remembered what I was trying to remember to bring. Bunch of... That's too many circuits. Bunch of circuits in case I need them. And I want to bring some of the blue circuits, because those are way worse. It's probably more than I'll ever need. Ideally, I should need 0. Which means bringing these should be a waste of space, but... Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, or whatever the sort of saying goes. Maybe I... Can I do a split here? Where one of them is elevated and goes across. I don't really have to... It might fit, barely. I'd have to move stuff, I think. I could elevate there to there, maybe. But, yeah, it wouldn't be very nice. I can run that line across to connect, so it's a little less distance traveled. The whole thing just doesn't... wasn't well planned out, but... It's fine. Wait, how's the plastic going? It's filling up almost, and this up here is still there. Perfect. That is very good. Still trying to steal more. Just let me steal my logistics spots. Are they all sitting in here? If I request a set number of robots at a specific location, but they can't keep it filled, but I have this many here, it is very unfortunate. I understand why it happens, I just wish it didn't. Yeah, I wanted to grab some of these. I clicked the wrong thing there. That was what I was stealing. Okay, that's plenty. I've almost filled it up. I need to make sure I'm not forgetting anything important, which I think I will try to leave for myself tomorrow. I'll try my best to create a list, check it twice, check it 2 more times, so I'm not Santa Claus, and then make sure that I'm not missing anything. But it's mostly full. That was mostly full of a lot of garbage that takes up a lot of space that I don't really need. But that's fine. Did want to bring more of those. I brought too many of these train bits. I don't need those at all. So I shouldn't waste that much. I'll bring more rails. I also have to add signals to that. But that was scary. There. Moving too quick. Gotta be more careful. This is definitely another scenario where the blueprints are very helpful, except this is a one-off structure. I could probably make a version of the straightaway blueprint that's fully elevated. But that feels like it would be kind of silly. Because the elevated rails are really only used when you specifically need to cross over something. The rest of that should be fine. So other than for aesthetic reasons, designing a blueprint just for that sort of straightaway feels silly. Except going over like a big ocean, there is value there. Better rails, yes. And then here's where you figure this out. This bit will not line up nicely. Will they let me? They will not, okay. We don't actually need to elevate it. I could just use landfills. Yeah, rail sports are not smart enough. So, I should spend a moment to connect this stuff. This can be overlap, but I just need it to work. These are designed with RoboPorts in mind, though. I just don't remember how. Yes, it's internal. Inside should work there. Then that is where it kind of falls apart. This will bug me a lot. This bugs me too. So a lot of these specific areas I never did cover properly. I should make sure this got replaced. It did. Those guys still exist. Those have been fulfilling their role. As long as they are immobile, they should not be threats. I mean, this section has definitely been spreading a lot. These are all going to merge into one nest. Well, these are at 527% at 0.8 evolution factor, which it is a... It has a limit that it gradually approaches, but I haven't done math in a long enough time that I can remember. I cannot remember the term. Is my copper fine? Okay, that looks like the copper should be fine. The copper filling doesn't look fine. Why did this one fill slower? I'm assuming it just didn't have as much of a buffer, but why would it have less of a buffer? The input's fine, the output's fine. They all have the same modules. It's split evenly. No idea. That might be a problem to look into eventually. The stone brick is not full. The stone brick supplies this. No, it doesn't. What does the stone brick supplies? The green circuits, which are produced here. These bricks are running out. I really need to connect stone to the system. Easiest place is over here. Extend that a bit. Create a station. Any other stone? A bit up here, not enough. 3.5 million up there might be better. Ooh, 4.8 million there's a lot. I'll gather them all eventually. Wait, what? Oh. That's a... It makes sense that this is how this works. It's very weird looking. It clashes a lot with the... because it's just a single colored square rectangle. A rectangle, not a square. Weird. I mean, I don't know how else they would do it, just... It really stands out. Which, I guess is what it should do. Because you kind of, you want to see what you're looking for. Okay, I don't remember why this did this. Okay, time to do more train stuff. This is not connected to the network, so I want to bring all this stuff. I will elevate it over the water just because I have them in my inventory. Keep running, then the stone's there. I probably get to here and do a three-way intersection to the left, where I can get some coal as well. That's a lot more of these than I need. And to be careful with the life support. Okay. So much garbage in my inventory, always. I will need some cliff explosives. But I can fill up my inventory with train tracks. They're called rails in this game. Ooh. These are short on stone. Because I'm short on stone, which is what I'm trying to fix. I can fix something with the Y movement on this. Tanius is a new star. Does it just find new stars? And I need that research to find more planets on them. Could just be it being random chance would be funny. Okay, let's do this real quick. Have that. Are those spaced? Good. Okay. I don't like that I can't hover over that. That's unfortunate. Should have still brought landfills with me. Positioning wise, I need to run that. I can do this three-way intersection here. I'll have to, yeah, because I need landfills to run the power to here. I can just accept it looking bad. I don't need to deal with it. Okay, 2 more segments. Should be enough. From which I think I just do a station pull off here. This straightaway is not right. I didn't design it. I didn't include Oh, it's also the spacing on that's not good. I didn't include these. I really should have. I can fix it in the future. Just for now, it's going to stay how it is. Oh, I might have to deal with the fact that my station entrance might... Okay, it's fine. It might not have lined up very well. But it's gradual troubleshooting to improve these blueprints. Doesn't improve if I don't actually fix them though. Okay, why did that not line up properly? Was it a lot further than I thought? Yeah, that should be there, which means the exit should line up. Wait, this is left, right. I remember now. This needs to be on this end. Because the entrance exit is slightly awkward. Which I should always position the station. Place one, then position the station, then place the other. In, out, should be fine. I didn't bring mining, enough mining. Why did that not work? Must have clicked something wrong. This will merge. Those two will merge. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be fine. I really need to stop. Just stop avoiding the necessary effort to make not 4 in, 4 out balancer. I just haven't invested the time, but I really should. Figuring out a 5 or a 7 or any other number would help figure out more. I would learn something. It's like concrete. Concrete's always empty. Because I don't have enough stone bricks. Because I don't have enough stone. I need to remember the components that go into stuff. Don't get it by train. I am back here for mining. And tier 1 speed upgrades. Should be fine. I have enough tracks. I have stations. I shouldn't be carrying 8 nuclear reactors around with me. I don't know if I need more. That's enough. Else. Yes, I have everything else. It'll be a bit weird, but... Yeah, it's not connected because it's not connected. It's very simple why it's complaining. You know what? Those are gonna bother me. I am so capable of keeping my head straight. The main reason I went back was to pick up drills. What is the one thing I didn't pick up? Drills. Partially because they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. This gun turret's been there for a long time. I don't know if it's ever done anything. Like, some of those gun turrets that I placed did actually help, but they were in the southwest, which is now kind of the center of my base. Yeah, that's fine. This is going to run out soon, which is good. I should make sure this is a low priority. That might have been too low of a priority. But it should be fine. See, it's only too low of a priority if I don't have enough trains and I need the copper. Why is that? Oh, is there supposed to be a landfill there? There is. Weird. It's a weird spot to need a landfill. Yeah, I can get it running and just kind of power it. I can craft the landfills once it's mining. Okay, power. I don't like how this looks, but let's collect landfill components. There. Now. Okay, gotta get this. Okay, again, I want to check. Novus, Novus, Novus. It's almost all Novus. I don't really need to worry about meteors, seemingly. Except if the moon that I'm gonna be mining on is closer to where it's a threat. I don't know if there's some number I'm not paying attention to. I'm here for this. I made a blueprint for this, so I should be using said blueprint. nice and tidy. And it's good. That's all I need to do. I'll leave the priority where it is. Oh, no, I wanted to add these. It's a lot of modules. I guess I should consider adding modules to the blueprint. At some point I can ride this back, or I'm not because it doesn't want me to ride. It should fill fast enough. And I can enjoy a nice train ride. It's been a while. And I can make sure it can actually get to where it needs to go. Which, where it needs to go is only there, which is not right. I need to add an actual stop. Oh. It just makes me happy. I probably need more rail signals along that line. It shouldn't be a problem now, but if it keeps expanding, it will need... You know, I did need it here. That's fine. Yeah, if I keep expanding that line, eventually it'll be a problem to not have signals. Reduced occupancy of the rail. Rail? Yeah, rail. And such. Singular rail. Well, actually, no, it's rails on both sides, so it is rails. Why is this so bad? This is bad because of low density. Which in turn is bad because of glass, which is in turn bad because of stone. I can't just put the stone here, though, because that will cut off the entire loop. I could temporarily make another loop and just flunk it down. I don't want to do that, though. I should get this functional. Keep it up. Yeah, let's keep it elevated. Elevate it to there. Then I have to deal with all the marsh. Marsh down below needs me to get a bunch more landfills. Which just means I need to go grab them. Okay, safe. Uranium randomly. I don't. I probably should make it a four-way stop. Because the alternatives are kind of messy. Build what you can. Sure, don't build what you can, just ditch it so I can go get my landfills. This is gonna really come back to be a problem, probably, because I'm not. This section is gonna be even further disconnected because it's not set up nicely. The vertical's fine. The horizontal position might be off. I mean, the vertical is never fine. Just keep the Frankenstein's monster of a rail network on Novus. As long as it doesn't go anywhere else, it should be fine. Landfill is in a weird spot. It is here. Ooh. Should I ship some landfills? No, I don't need it. Good. It's not full of marshes and bogs and whatever. I hate that part about rails sometimes. Mostly just need the right turn. Oh well. It can be a right turn, the right angle turn. Which all the turns are right angle. 90 degree. I don't need the straightaways. Oh, this copper is quite bad. I'm really surprised that that's the last bit of copper. Almost. Just there and there, not central. Yeah, this the outer edges are empty. That's central. Very pretty. Very impractical, but pretty. Do I need the power to run here? Not right now, so I can leave that pole sitting there. That path back is not connected, but the path up is, which means that I can cut off that part of the loop. I probably should connect the straightaway here, though. Whatever, I'll just have too many lines. It's not worth sitting around clearing up the extras. Just clear them as I can. While waiting for the robots. Get that there. It's very worth removing. This bit. Do that and implement a three-way intersection. That will not be connected yet. A four-way intersection wouldn't be bad, but that's fine. The straightaway up doesn't need to be connected yet. No, it does need to be connect. Well, these can go left, but I probably should connect it. Oh. Well. It's the only time I'm gonna be able to... Well. Unless I have... Somehow something changes in Factorio and it deletes all my... stuff, but it's the only time I'll be able to deal with the, like, post, like, mix of pre-blueprint, post-blueprint train building. I'll never have another chance to deal with the self-inflicted nightmare. I'm gonna make this connect eventually, but I guess the easiest is dump all the garbage. That's not garbage. Neither was the fuel, but so much random junk. Those and those. Oh, I must have emptied my inventory and then... Yeah, that's weird. Oh no, because I set this to request, probably? I don't know. Okay. My own nightmare. Ooh, this will not connect well. I know that. I don't think I can cut that any closer, yeah. Okay, that's horrible. But doesn't break anything. It has it connected. Oh, that one's too close. That's fine. Okay. So now my trains should be able to get around once I add stone drop-off to fix my own mistakes. Okay, stone's gonna go here. I don't have a straightaway station like this anymore. I guess I just sort of copy. Oh wait, no, because these are all generic enough that as long as I change the name quickly, then don't request a train. And find where stone is. Stone. Drop. Oh, caps lock. Drop off. Train limit 1. Priority 50 is fine. That should eventually have a train coming there. As long as there is not too much of that. I just don't think it's going to work right now. I might need another place mining stone if I want it to work right away. Because that's going to be a constant drain on that stone. I guess I can check the map by looking at the numbers. 2.9k produced, which is over an hour. That's not accurate. 7.6 per minute. 3.7. Okay, so that's it catching up. Here I'm using less. That is an amount where it could easily be. Yeah, this is restricting that. So the stone is the issue here. If I have more stone, I'll have more stone consumption. Though that is it catching up. This is also it just not being supplied. Still directly tied to that. It might catch up and be fine. This is a priority 60. That is probably more important. Actually, no, it's not actually more important. They're about even. I think what I need really is another station to pick up stone. Just have to decide how I want to connect to it. This could just be a direct pickup like that. That'd be pretty easy. Maybe I decide that it's good enough for now, and that I actually need to connect the lines. Shouldn't need to be balanced or anything, so I'm going to merge them all to one, bring it up here, merge it, start flying, start upgrading. But I think I'm mostly pretty... Yes. Ah. Indeed, rock and stone. Imagine hiring the... That's silly. Imagine hiring the deep rock dwarves to do all your mining. On the scale of... Oh, actually, I was gonna say on the scale of Factorio, it'd be pretty, like, close to evil, but Deep Rock Galactic as a company is already definitely a terrible place to work. I mean, it wouldn't be much worse. That should be fine. Looks like it should be mostly sorted. That path back there is still obviously bottlenecked. Still not enough stone. Better, but severely lacking. Sure, let's upgrade that. Glass is being produced. I should bring glass. There's some things that use glass, and crafting it there will be annoying if I need it. So I should bring a couple stacks. garbage in my inventory. Please don't hit me because I was frozen. Good. That actually saves time. It doesn't go up and some messy. It actually just goes there. Nice. The copper's there. There's fine. Okay, the stone looks to me like it should probably be fine. No. I was making a baseless guess. This stone is not fine. I think this will be full and then sitting there for a bit. Okay, I should accept that I need to set up one more mining thing before I leave, but I think that's all that I need to do. I think between today and tomorrow, or more accurately tomorrow before I start, I should make a list, check it, double check it, make sure it's all good. I didn't bring landfills. I'm gonna go up there-ish. Then I can make sure I have everything I need tomorrow. I can launch to the planet or moon, and I can probably get it set up to a functional level for the end of the day. What did these guys get distracted by? Oh. Building a piece of rail. Yes, I need more stone badly before I leave. Keep getting lost. Better though. Still not enough glass production, but it's a reasonable problem to have. The other option would have been to try and increase the core mining, but that would need a lot of core mining. I haven't done the math. So how's 351 still? I haven't done the math on how much, whether I would need to scale this up if I had like 16. That's the stone I want? No, that's the stone I want because it was closer. I could merge the two. Did I bring explosives? Yes. Oh, it's actually a really bad place to build. I have to be careful. The entrance needs to be like here. Okay, I wasn't sure if that would be an issue or not. Exit. No, I need to learn to do this properly. Place that to make the exit easier to place. Didn't hit control, so it didn't delete that. Kind of awkward, but fill that. Explode this. Currently skeptical that this will be enough stone. actually need that. Maybe increase. I think this space exploration has really increased the amount of stone needed in a way that is meaningful. It could also be that I've just already scaled production beyond what I did in Space Age for stuff that needs stone. I don't remember really needing more than like 1 or 2. One or 2 bits of mining. Right now I need like a lot. That's too far. Yeah. I kind of like the increase in byproducts in this. Like, shipping and mining is... Oh. Shipping stuff is so convenient, but landfilling is... I feel like landfilling is kind of the easy way out. It's what I default to, and usually I default to the stuff that is probably worse as a general practice. Like, I imagine eventually it has to be best to try and not just landfill everything. Because mostly, I guess from a design perspective, you kind of, I think it's better to need to actually interact with shipping. Shipping should pretty much always be the optimal solution for, versus just destroying everything, which is kind of what landfilling it is, kind of just destroying it all. Because it cannot be used for its function. Yeah, that's really slow. Cannot be used as stone. It's not just like... It's increasing the density of the storage, but not in a usable format. Oh, these magical automatic... I don't even have that many stations yet, and I would lose my mind at this point, I think, making these stations in a way that wasn't with the modular sort of interrupt system. It's so useful. Yeah, I guess the landfill is useful, at least. I just think, like, eventually it has to be better to, like, if you need a huge amount of landfill, to have like a dedicated planet for you mine a planet to the core and just produce landfill, which is a excellent, you know, sci-fi horrific image. Mining up entire planets just to fill in the lakes of your planet. It's very grim. Okay, I got the stone here. Oh yes, I was gonna add more trains. Because, oh. Because this is, yep, it's low. Oh. Yeah, that, I guess it is important. Like, I kind of disregarded that, but a lot of these planets you can just, it's a good planet, but a lot of water that you need to deal with. Where, so far, most of my planets have been very usable. Without much like additional work, which has been very fortunate. That should be okay. The fact that they're not instantly going to the depot says I really needed these trains. Can we get rid of this? And the stations. And I can just watch them move around occasionally. Okay, good. This is going into there, so I don't need any more. Just seeing the trains sitting around, move around, it'll only get better on better designed planets. Yeah. Much harder to span an entire planet that is at least the size of Novus. I hope there's planets that are bigger, because if Novus was the biggest planet, that would feel sad. Oh yeah, that guy went slower, I think, because I might not have signals along that. Yeah, I should go deal with that now. Because if I don't, I will forget it. And there will be a definite efficiency loss. Okay. It's disconnected there, so add another here. And there. That one might be a little close. Better. Uh-huh. Is it? Oh, it's this thing. Okay. I never actually looked at that. Oh yeah, good. A lot of these, most of the other planets are bigger. I have one that, this oil one that doesn't have water, which seems kind of bad. This oil one has it's huge. So since it's almost twice the radius, it means it's almost 4 times the area. Humongous. Oh, just trying to picture it is kind of hard. Like, radius probably near there. Huge increase in the amount of just stuff. Ooh, what did I break here? This doesn't have power. This poor robot trying to deliver me some rocket fuel. Poor robot. My turret coverage. Oh, I didn't know about that. That's good to check. I might leave that on. I forgot that I was destroying that. It's quite good. These rail signal states will be cool to look at as a way to see that I need rail signals here. This signal's blinking. So I need to fix that. That one's blinking. I need to fix that. Excellent. Okay, yeah. That's cool. I can use these to fix problems. I should really press more buttons. Ooh, the pipelines look pretty good. Pollution, electrical. Oh, that electrical network is not pretty in some of these spots. And then you get out here and it looks kind of okay. It's fun. I really enjoy it. I never press these buttons because, I mean, they're not really important. I should go fix that signal there. But I should also be wrapping up soon. So, after I fix this rail signal, I will wrap up. For next time, I will fix... Why is that not... Oh, because it's just not connected. Okay. That makes sense. But this might be the same issue. No. It was the same issue. Despite looking like it was lined up fine. Weird. Very odd. Just seeing it all work. It's great. This is going to pick up stone. Yeah, this stone's not great. It's a pretty bad fit, but I should be stopping. I just keep getting myself distracted. Yeah. Like seeing them all approach an intersection, behave properly, the signals clearing up behind them. This isn't complicated enough for me to be worried about them running into each other. But as it goes, it's making sure that it doesn't is kind of a good time. Like this guy here. Oh. Those signals were weird for a second there. Those stayed red a lot longer. Do I have a chain signal here? No, I don't. I'm just confusing myself probably. That segment needs to be fixed eventually, but I can leave it. Because I should stop. The goal... Okay, the stone's doing well though. The goal is I will verify... I will create a list for myself based on checking in-game for what I need to bring. Oh, this is going to look good later. It's not dense enough, but it will look nice. I'll verify. I'll make sure I have stuff prepared to load. I'll load stuff. I will launch early tomorrow. Then I can start building the actual factory, which should be... Ooh, there's coal there that I might want. I might have to place it a little differently than I was planning. I was actually planning to place it right there. Just didn't spot the coal because it was faded out. Yeah, I should be able to get that set up, I hope, I am not expecting it to be great, but maybe I could, if I have the space, I could look into the iridite stuff, unless that's gated by... Oh, I need sulfuric acid to mine it. It might also be gated by research. It is. I can't do anything with that anyway, so I had no sense in even thinking about it. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. As fun as always. I think that was acceptable progress. I could have done more. The rocket could be full, and I could have launched today, I think. But I'm gonna let myself take a day. And if something crosses my mind that I missed, I will be able to fix that. Yeah. Have a nice night, day, etc. Bye-bye. I guess this is the material science stuff based on the look. Bye-bye.